short story of Greg Rodriguez by Stefan, Nate Phillips, and myself, Billy Rare. Our superhero quote is, "It is not what I am underneath, but what I do that defines me." Greg Rodriguez is a 15-year-old boy living in the streets of Compton, California, alone in an orphanage. His parents were killed when he was only 9 years old by Dr. McDougal, his arch-enemy. He has some pretty cool talents. He can move things in strange ways, he can jump high, and he is good at charades. He still lives in an orphanage to this day. He goes to school at Allister High School. He loves to read and do math.
He works in downtown Compton at a burger shack. He loves the smell of greasy burgers and loves the taste of French fries. He is in charge of keeping the customers happy and to get them to come back. The burger shack makes a lot of money per day, and Greg has only been working there a week when something happens. This is how it all started.
A man tried to rob the shack with a knife and a bag. Greg, knowing he had these talents, put a bag over his head and sprung into action and took down the bad guy. He got grease all over him and a scar from the knife. The manager of the store gave him French fries for life for saving the store, not knowing who he was. He then thought what he did. He saved people and a store from getting robbed. He then said he should do more for that city.
On July 7, 2019, Greg was on his way to the burger shack when, out of the corner of his eye, he saw a silvery flash and a dart with the red feathers buried itself in his neck. He woke up an hour later in a dark cell. He then realized that it was Dr. McDougal's lair. Dr. McDougal walked out into the light and said, "I have something to tell you. Your parents are not dead." Greg yelled back, "They are! You killed them!"
Greg was becoming more and more uncertain. Could it be true? Could Dr. McDougal be telling the truth? Meanwhile, Dr. McDougal was saying, "No, they aren't. They are in my holding cells. All you have to do is join me and you can see them again." Greg said, "If you could prove that you have them, I might join you." McDougal turned on a security camera and showed Greg a cell block. There were two figures huddled in a corner.
Greg said, "Are those my parents?" McDougal, "Yes, they are. They are alive and afraid." Greg said that he would join McDougal. McDougal brought Greg down to the cell and unlocked it. He motioned for Greg to go into the cell. Greg stepped through the door and walked toward his parents and tried to touch them. Suddenly, their fingers turned blue and dissolved. It was an illusion. Greg turned around and McDougal was smiling at him. He flipped the switch and Greg fell to his knees.
Greg was powerless to stop him. McDougal was going to succeed. Greg found extra strength then. He broke out of the prison and found Dr. McDougal activating his machine. Greg jumped off the balcony and flew down to him. He kicked Dr. McDougal. Kapow! They fell on the ground and started to wrestling. Greg tied Dr. McDougal up and turned him over to the police. Then he swore to protect the city forever more.
This superhero story is dedicated to all the children struggling in the world. Kids have no parents to comfort them and love them. Just think of how lucky you are to have someone who loves you. They help guide you to greatness. For kids, it is even harder to do great with no support. This is a major problem in the U.S. It needs to end. Help by donating or even adopting a child. This is the story of Bubble Boy.
And here's some pictures here. This is Greg Rodriguez as a boy, and this is him as in his superhero. Boy.